Prisoners of the mist. The SS Eclipse lay like a beached sea monster upon the jagged reef of the nameless island. Debris from the hull still floated in the bay, resembling scattered bones. 7 survivors stared at the disaster, their silhouettes blurred in the opaque fog that seemed to have swallowed the rest of the world. James Conner adjusted his weathered trench coat. All 15 years in Boston homicide had taught him that calm always preceded the storm. He observed his fellow castaways. Captain Hargrove, whose shifty gaze raised question. Victoria Blackwood, a wealthy heiress whose pearl necklace still gleamed despite the shipwreck. Marcus Reed, a lawyer with a calculating smile. Elena Santos, an artist with an unstable temperament. Dr. Lawrence, the ship's physician with trembling hands. And Isabella Stone, an enigmatic novelist whose green eyes scanned the horizon as if expecting something. "A ship will come for us," the captain asserted unconvincingly. "A few days, at most." Conner didn't believe a word. The fog enveloping the island was so thick that even the most powerful distress signals would be lost in it. They were alone, prisoners on an island that appeared on no maritime chart. "There's a mansion up there," Isabella said, pointing toward an imposing silhouette taking shape in the mist. "We should take shelter there." Ravenscroft Manor stood like a forgotten sentinel, defying time and elements. The wooden doors groaned as Captain Hargrove pushed them open, revealing a grand entrance hall frozen in Victorian splendor. Dust sheets covered antique furniture, and cobwebs decorated crystal chandeliers like macabre lice. "This place has been abandoned for years," Dr. Lawrence muttered, examining a portrait of a stern-faced man. "Yet, someone has been here recently." Conner noticed it, 2 fresh footprints in the dust, a half-burned candle on a side table. "We should stay together," he suggested, years of detective instinct buzzing like a warning siren. But the mansion was vast, and as darkness fell, the group dispersed throughout the house. Victoria claimed the master bedroom. Reed took the library. Elena found an old studio. Dr. Lawrence settled in what appeared to be the physician's quarters, while the captain chose a room overlooking the bay courtyard. Conner and Isabella remained in the great hall, neither willing to let the other out of sight. "You don't trust easily, detective," Isabella observed, her fingers tracing patterns in the dust on an old writing desk. "Trust is earned," Conner replied, "and hard to come by on an island where everyone's hiding something." Isabella's lips curved into a half-smile. "Including you? Especially me." He turned away, unwilling to discuss the case that had driven him from Boston with one failure that still haunted his dreams. The scream came at midnight, piercing the howling wind like a blade. Conner was on his feet instantly, revolver drawn from an ankle holster. Isabella followed close behind as they raced upstairs toward Victoria's room. The heiress lay on the four-poster bed, her pearl necklace twisted around her throat, her eyes wide with terror. "Dead. Dead? Nobody leaves this room," Conner commanded, his voice slipping into the authoritative tone of his former profession. "We have a murderer among us." The storm that had been building broke with full fury, cutting them off even more completely from the outside world. Thunder crashed as accusations flew. The captain was seen arguing with her about money. Dr. Lawrence was the last to see her alive. Reed was overheard threatening her over some legal matter. Conner watched Isabella carefully. The novelist observed the proceedings with an analytical detachment that seemed out of place or perhaps professional. Writers were observers by nature, weren't they? As the night progressed, Connor and Isabella formed an uneasy alliance. They searched the mansion methodically, finding hidden passageways behind bookcases, secret rooms behind mirrors, and in the library, a wall safe behind a painting. "Look at this," Isabella called, holding up a worn leather journal. "Property records. Shipping manifest." Victoria Blackwood wasn't just an heiress. She was investigating something. Conne flipped through the pages, his brow furrowing. Smuggling operations. Dating back 50 years. He paused at a familiar name. White Ravenscroft wasn't just the name of this mansion. It was Victoria's real family name. She came here for a reason, Isabella concluded. She was looking for proof about her family's past. A floorboard creaked behind them. They turned to find Elena standing in the doorway, a paintbrush clutched in her hand like a weapon. She wasn't the only one, the artist said shakily. We all came for a reason. The shipwreck wasn't an accident. The pieces began falling into place. The SS Eclipse hadn't randomly drifted to this island in the fog. It had been deliberately steered here by someone who knew exactly what they were doing. As dawn approached, another body was discovered in the old servants' quarters. Captain Argrove, a compass clutched in his lifeless hand, the needle pointing stubbornly toward the mansion's east wing. "What's in the east wing?" Gunny asked. Reed shook his head. "It's been locked since we arrived. The key they found in the captain's pocket unlocked. A door to reveal stone steps descending into darkness." Conne led the way, Isabella at his side, their makeshift torch casting long shadows on damp walls. The cellar stretched beneath the entire mansion, a labyrinth of tunnels, with an exit to a hidden cove where a small boat waited, covered with a tarp. "An escape route," Isabella whispered. "But for whom?" Gunne wondered. His question was answered by the click of a revolver being cocked. "Doctor?" Lawrence stood behind them, gun steady now in hands that no longer trembled. "For me, detective, family legacy is a powerful motivation. You're a Ravenscroft," Isabella realized. "The last one," he confirmed. "When Victoria started digging up the past, threatening to expose our family's smuggling history, I had to act. The captain was my accomplice until he got greedy." "What about the ship? Those innocent passengers?" Connor's voice was tight with anger. "Collateral damage, Doctor," Lawrence said with chilling detachment. "Now, I'll be taking that boat alone," Gunnaton said, calculating his chances of reaching the doctor before a bullet found him. But it was Isabella who moved, hurling the torch at their captor. In the moment of confusion, Connor tackled the doctor, sending the gun skittering across the stone floor. The struggle was brief but violent, ending with Dr. Lawrence unconscious and bound with his own belt. A morning light penetrated the fog. A Coast Guard cutter appeared on the horizon, drawn by an emergency beacon Isabella had activated in the hidden cove. Standing on the beach awaiting rescue, Connor finally asked the question that had been nagging at him. "You're not really a novelist, are you?" Isabella smiled enigmatically. "Fédéral agent, Isabella Stone. I've been tracking the Ravenscroft smuggling ring for years. Victoria was my informant. So this whole time, I needed someone I could trust," she said. "Someone with detective skills but no connection to the case. When I saw your name on the passenger list, it seemed like fate." "Fat," Conne repeated, watching the rescue boat approach. "Oh," A carefully orchestrated plan? Isabella didn't answer, her green eyes reflecting the lifting fog as the first genuine rays of sunlight touched the island. Whatever truth lay between them could wait. They had survived the night, exposed a killer, and in the process, perhaps begun to heal the wounds of their respective paths. The mysteries of Ravenscroft Manor had been solved, but as Connor well knew, some secrets never truly dieth, they just wait in the fog for the right moment to emerge again.